find human subrace, category human subrace, which we're not going to find. It's not there because it's being added by the new NPC template instead of the page itself. So we're looking and looking and looking. And we decide to use Chrome search feature. And no, that's not there. And no, that's not there. Hopefully this restreaming is coming through okay. It might be a little bit fuzzy, might not be. We'll see. We take a look at the NPC template, the new one that I was talking about, and this is an extremely complex template. It is not something that a new editor should really be working on. It should probably be protected if it's not. And it's not, it should be. It is an extremely complex template. It uses variables extension, it uses loops extension, it uses for args. It's got some complicated stuff in there. It needs to be protected. I will need to do that. It's got some raw HTML because it's the only way to get things to cooperate. So let's take a look at what editing privileges we would need to, what editing privileges are. Members of all, which is everybody, logged in users, not logged in users, anybody that visits the site has the ability to create a talk page, create an account, create a page, edit, and read pages. Auto-confirmed users, we are not currently using, but there is a pull request in to get that activated so that after 50 edits and 10 days, you will automatically become auto-confirmed, which will give you skip CAPTCHA. I am working on moving that into auto-confirmed instead of DDO Wiki VIP. There are some changes coming up with that as soon as Zevo has the time to look at my request and implement it. Hopefully he also implements an upgrade to the latest LTS version of the MediaWiki software itself. Bureaucrats, top-level people, we don't need to worry about it. System operators, users, if we create an account, we will become a user. It will give us minor edit, move, re-upload, share, re-upload, send. Oh, it allows us to send email. Sending email requires us to be a user. Uploading files also does. And then there's DDO Wiki VIP that I talk about, which allows you to skip CAPTCHA. One that I didn't talk about is Super User, which allows you to duplicate pages and patrol pages. So let's create an account. Wait for the page to load, and we're going to see a CAPTCHA pop up. I need to prove that I am human. Okay. I put up a little bit of a black box there and move it over the passwords. This is not something that I really had to do because the passwords all show as stars. But, you know, I don't want you to see how many stars I type. I want to remove that element. So we complete our CAPTCHA game. Now we're going to type in a username. And because this is going to be an account that we use to teach new people what to do, I figured the best thing to do is to have a new account and to make it named DDO Stream, since we are DDO Stream. Put in a password again. I believe I adjust the black box a little bit so that you can actually see the email, which I believe is my Legend of the Red Dragon at gmail.com account. Yeah, it's an old bulletin board system game. Look it up sometime. I believe there's a online web version. It's kind of fun. It was an old text-based game. It's where I started with what you might call an MMORPG, although I am not sure that it really qualifies. But it is what it is. I believe I'm sitting there thinking, I am buffering. Buffer, 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 buffer. Let me see here. Let me pause the stream for a minute. Looks like we're 10 minutes in here. That means there are 7 more minutes that until I realize that my microphone is mute. Do some more buffering. We're down to 3 watchers. I was hoping that there would be a lot of watchers since the game would be down. Still buffering. This is the hard part about restreaming something. I am actually downloading and watching the stream myself and buffering it while I am restreaming it so that you can see it with my voiceover. So it's using a lot of extra bandwidth to be able to do both at the same time. And hence, we've got some buffering. Well, while I have that on pause, let's let it buffer some more. Let's see if Cordovan has got the live release notes up yet. DDO.com. I don't remember where the release notes are. Update 28 release notes, right there. Update 28 release notes, okay. Scroll to the bottom. Nope, Cordovan must be still working hard on them. Work faster, Cordovan, work faster. I want to see the official release notes while the servers are down. Let's pull up a new tab. Let's type DDO crafting.info server status. I don't see why they'd be back up in an hour, but let's take a peek anyway. Everything is still down. Oh yeah, that's fine. We expected it to be down for a while. If we take a look, it is scheduled to be down until 11. I have seen them come back up early. With the last update, they came back early. But that didn't work so well, so they ended up having to do a rollback because they came back up too early. Well, not because they came back up too early, but because there was a bug, which I really don't even remember the details. And then it was down for like, 17 hours or something like that before they got it back up. But, we won't talk about rollbacks. They do their best. We need to, give them applause. They are doing a great job. Keep up the good work, Steelstar, Vagbuel, Knockback, everybody else in the development team. Keep up the good work. We appreciate it. I know that we get frustrated that sometimes things take longer than they're supposed to on updates. But some of us realize that you're frustrated about it as well. We know that you strive to produce the best product and to do it on time, and sometimes things don't go as they're supposed to. But you persevere and get it done, and we applaud that. Keep it up. Let's see, how's our buffering doing? Looks like we got a little bit more buffered, so let's take a look here. And we do. Awesome. Back to full screen. Complete the CAPTCHA game. Alright, and we move the black box, and yes, I do use my legend.of.red.dragon@gmail.com. Using an email address is optional, but it is needed for password resets. If you forget your password and you don't have an email, you're pretty much poop out of luck. I do not believe that I can manually give you a temporary password. And I would have no way to verify that it is indeed you and it is your account. So I am very unlikely to do that unless you can convince me otherwise. Just use an email. Make a dummy email account and use that, and don't lose the password to that. Um, I put in Shoemaker as a real name. That is also optional. Um, that might actually change to, something else. If somebody else, decides they want to use this account like Cordovan, I might add that. And then we click create. And once you create an account, you're taken to our special page for that. It gives you a brief introduction. It says, login successful, confirmation code sent to your email address. This code is not required to log in. Let me pause this for a minute because I think I talk quickly. But you will need it before enabling any email-based features in the wiki. The first step to getting started on making valuable edits to this wiki is to click on the button below and write a message on your talk page. Make your first edit. And make it in a casual environment of your talk page where you can get away with making mistakes and people won't be down your throat too much about it. We want it to be friendly. And making mistakes on your talk page don't hurt anything. If you blow up your talk page, it's not going to be the end of the world. It won't matter to anybody. If you blow up your talk page and you put something there and you can't access your talk page anymore because you did something really silly, stupid, and it locks up your talk page and you can't access it, send me an email. Use that legend.of.the.red.dragon@gmail.com or technical_13@yahoo.com. Send me an email. Come onto the wiki and visit my page and click email this user. There are multiple ways to email me. You can find me on SorceryNet, IRC channel, hashtag DDO, hashtag DDO Wiki. I am on both of them. Which reminds me that once we get done with this, I am going to show you how to get to IRC. And yes, I have a cat. She's always plotting my demise. See that? She's sitting right behind me. She's thinking about what she's going to do to get me. Yes, you are. Don't tell me stories. I know better. Anyways, back on topic. The edit that you make to your talk page is a template. Starts with a template at the top. That is a welcome template, and it gives you all kinds of information and links on how to edit the wiki. It is your resource to getting started. And your talk page is very easy to get to. You just simply, at the top of the screen for you, you click on talk, and that will take you to your talk page. Anytime you need to find the links, the references to, do some editing, click on talk, go to your talk page, and go for it. And I'm going to mute my microphone for a minute and get a fresh cup of coffee while the trash guy takes my trash away because I hate that beep beep noise. I will be right back. And I'm back. So let's get back to it. That also offered an opportunity for a little bit more buffering to go on, so we won't have to worry about that again. All right, so here we go. Um, so yeah, we need to click on this button, create our talk page. Again, welcome to the wiki, and I can't thank you enough on behalf of the community for your help in making us the best DDO site around, the management. Um, so yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Yep, I read that through, and so let's click on the button and get started. Really? I'm gonna buffer? Okay, we're gonna buffer. Got about 6 more minutes worth of video, and then we will be through this section where I forgot to unmute my microphone. And we're down to 1 viewer. Oh, I must be boring. Down to 1 person watching now. Well, maybe some more people will come back. All right, let's continue on. I'm talking about the management, and I click on the button. Let's get started. And here is this is the result of clicking on that button. We have substitute welcome template. The first parameter of that template is COBOL worker, which is a sudo account. I talk about how using a template, I type in a little text there. This is what you need to be typing when you create an account and you start on this page. Tell us something about you. I have been playing since whenever. I like to do this. I'm here because I have a cat. Whatever. Just a little something about you. Why are you here to edit? The more descriptive comment that you put here when you first get started, the easier it is, and the more likely it'll be, and the quicker it'll be for an administrator to want to give you advanced permissions like DDO Wiki VIP or super user, or even get promoted to administrator. I mean, if you come in and you've got nice detailed post here and you're working hard and you've got thousands of edits under your belt, and you've improved a section of the wiki, or you've improved a whole bunch of little things all over the wiki, and all that kind of thing, you're more likely to get promotions to be able to do more stuff. And it's all about doing more stuff, right? um, I demo how to use the user template, kind of. Pipes separate parameters. So, well, it's a complicated system, how templates work, and we will get into that in a later show. I really don't want to go into it right now. It would be too long and complicated to try to explain briefly. It'll make a lot more sense once we get to it. Hey, we got 2 watchers. Somebody came back. Excellent. We're buffering here. 4 more minutes worth of this video, not including buffering. So let's let that buffer some more and take this out of full stream. Let's see how Cordovan's doing on the official release notes. Nope, not yet. We're done with this, except we're going to click on server status. Not that we expect them to be back up yet. We just want the page there. Let's take a look at the wiki itself while we wait for that to buffer a little bit. I noticed some things that, here we are on the wiki, and we have update 28 in our thing here. There's also a table format if you're interested in that. You'll see view source because of the protection. Let's take a look and see what our watch list is, what our contributions are. I talk about how you can use a talk link up here anytime that you want to get back to that template, which is right here. You can see the results of what I'm doing right now in the stream. This will always be on your talk page until you remove it, which may be just deleting it, and it may be archiving it. A few people archive. When you get a really long page, it's good to break it up into chunks and move parts of it elsewhere. I have some tools that will streamline archiving. However, nobody can use them yet, not even administrators, because they require a wiki privilege called Write API, which Zevo has not given to anybody except bots at the moment. So one of the things that I've pushed for and requested is that all users get Write API, or at least everybody above user, so DDO Wiki VIP, super user, administrators, bureaucrats, stewards. I don't think there's any other groups. On the watch list, what do we have? So the only thing we have on our watch list, if we were to edit the raw watch list, is our user page. Watch lists are kind of funny creatures. The watch list itself, every page is on your watch list. You watch that page and its respective talk page. So a page and the talk page go together. So we're watching user DDO stream. We're also watching user talk DDO stream with that watch list. If we go to view and edit, you'll see it's this and this that we're watching. If we view the watch stream itself, you can see that we have a user talk and the user. So having just the user page there, its respective talk page counterpart is also automatically watched in that group. They are grouped together for watch list purposes. Because we're watching our user page, the user write log for this user is also in our watch list. We don't have a lot there yet. We're going to add some stuff as we go along. Most of us don't use our watch lists on DDO Wiki because there's not a lot that goes on there. Or at least we don't view our watch list directly. There is an option to set it up so that any changes to pages on your watch list will show in bold on recent changes. So if you go through recent changes, things will be bold if they're on your watch list. Draws a little bit more attention to them. That is about the extent of use for watch lists on DDO Wiki. If you're editing Wikipedia, you're going to use your watch list because there are like thousands of edits per second, and the recent changes is completely useless on that site. So you just use your watch list and you watch a set of pages. Let's see here. Oh, we got a new user account, RMI. Hi ho, RMI here. Cool. So I remember I wanted to change a preference too. User contributions. We're up to 14 edits already on this account. I actually did some Update 28 release notes things last night in anticipation for today's stream. So let's go here. Nothing there I need to look at anymore. All right, so we got some more buffering. Let's get back to this. Try to get through this and get it done. So let's play here. So I'm putting a link to the stream here. And in templates, if you use equal signs or pipe characters, which look like the bar, the straight bar above the backslash between enter and backspace on most keyboards, if you use that pipe character or an equal character, which is used by the parser in templates, it gets confused and it thinks that you're using it in the template sense when you're not. So you either need to explicitly define parameter numbers, 1 equals, 2 equals, whatever, and then not use a pipe. For equal signs, you can use the explicit name 3 equals, which is what this is here, 3 equals. We're explicitly doing that because we're using templates and stuff, and we want to make sure that equal signs don't cause an issue. There's also some hotkeys at the bottom that make it a little bit easier. If you go to forums and talk pages, you can see instructions on pipes and equal signs. So we're putting in an edit summary. We always want to use edit summaries when we can. Let's full screen this again. Always want to use edit summaries when we can. And then we always want to try to show preview when we can. And we can see a little swirly thing, and that's what it looks like with the show preview. We see always still has remember that this is only a preview in very big bold letters. That is so that we don't navigate away from the page without going down and clicking save. I might actually add a save button to the top or a link or something. As we're looking through, we can see that it says unsigned. We don't know what signatures are at this point. Signatures are 4 tildes in respect to pages. Please remember to sign your post by typing 4 tildes, which is actually already there right here. See those 4 tildes? That's going to be our signature in the post template. But because the default signature has an equal sign in it that I had forgotten about at this point, which is part of the reason we want to get rid of the post template so that we don't run into this issue. We need to do something to fix that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a 2 equals in front of those 4 tildes so that we're explicitly releasing the equal sign so that it doesn't cause issues anymore. So, looks like we're buffering again. I know, really, really boring. But we're going to do some more exciting stuff in a few moments. Minutes. 10 minutes or so, we'll do more exciting stuff. I know it's boring, but it's something to watch, something to do while we wait for the servers to update and all that good stuff. So, I know there'll be some boring parts. Bear with me, and we will do some exciting things as well. Let's pause the stream here. I didn't want that. I wanted to pause while it buffers. All right, so let's go to preferences while that buffers some more. I remember one of the things that I was talking about in Tuesday morning streams was the fact that on the recent changes page, I don't like this bulleted every edit gets its own line thing. I like to condense them by page. So one of the preferences, if we go to recent changes, is to group changes by page in recent changes. It does require JavaScript. Not a big thing. Everybody uses it. If you don't use it, well, you've got some nostalgic thing going on, and you know, you know who you are. So we're going to save that edit, and it's been saved. So we're going to go back to recent changes, and we're going to force a refresh of the page. And looks like there have been 2 edits here and 2 edits there, and 2 edits to minimum level, and deletion log has 3 items in it yesterday. Arcane lore items. Obsolete category can confuse the reader. JJMC89 can be confusing with his signature. His signature is actually ZAV, Zav. So if you see something from Zav and you look here and you see JJMC89 and you go, who's Zav? What's going on there? Yeah, he's just got, and he doesn't want to change his username. He could rename himself to Zav, but I don't know. He has the ability to do that himself. What I will probably do is at some point I have a JavaScript that I use to change my display of my name of Technical 13 to Shoemaker. I might make that a default live, and I may add the I may have it automatically change JJMC89 to Zav for the display as well. Or I may have him create a doppelganger account of Zav and then just have, redirect links for everything that's Zav to JJ. I don't know, whatever. Right now I have redirect for Shoemaker to Technical 13. Eventually, when that merge user extension gets fixed, which I will probably have to do at some point, not a top priority. Hey, Sir T. Glad to see you back. I saw you Tuesday. So yeah, we're going over some of the Tuesday morning stuff, the first 15-20 minutes when I forgot my microphone was mute. So let's see how that's doing on buffering. Alright, so we're ready to go a little bit more. Here we go. And I'm talking about something, time and duration to be decided, so, I should probably update that at some point. We've decided it's going to be Tuesday mornings from 8 to 10 a.m. Eastern. I'm explaining how this substitute welcome COBOL worker creates this whole big box up here with all of this information, and this COBOL worker is the signature right here. I've added my 2 equals for this, and we're buffering again. Well, we've gone through account creation. Basically, I explain how all this works, and then I click on the Save Page button, and we see what we've already seen. I don't believe there's anything after this that's of any significance, although there is only like 2 minutes left before I realize my mic is fixed. But that 2 minutes could take forever because of the mic issue, or the buffering issue. User Talk RMI. Let's take a look at what they did. Oh, maybe we can fix their edit for them. Hi-ho RMI here. This is where the equals thing comes in. Let's edit their talk page. Scroll down to edit box. Go to the bottom. Now we can see what those 4 tildes turns into. It turns into all of this right here. That is a signature. I am planning on streaming for the duration of the downtime for the game, for the installation of Update 28. I figured, people can't play. they can at least watch a stream with something on it, even if it is dull and boring with Shoemaker. So back to where we are here with the signature. If we take this and we throw a 2 equals in front of it, and we show preview, that doesn't come up. And we take this and we throw a 3 equals in front of it, and we throw a 1 equals in front of that one. Fix T post usage, minor edit, show preview. Yeah, something like that. Ah, here we go. And we've fixed their post. Now has Hohai RMI here and it has their signature in it. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, so we're going to save it. Well, actually, we're going to make a comment on their talk page. Let's go to the talk page here. And we're going to welcome them personally. So let's do... We're not going to use post template. We're just going to do a raw welcome with a bullet point to get started here. Hello and welcome to DDO Wiki. Please I used to have a saying that I use all the time. Please check out the links in the template above, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask one of our... Alright, so active, scroll down a little bit so we can see it, active DDO Wiki VIPs or sysops here on Cobalt Workers talk page linked above or on our IRC channel. I don't remember exactly how that displays. Please one of the I have gone through the release notes that were released for LaMania. The live release notes actually aren't available yet. I expect that Community Manager Cordovan is working on them as we speak. I am sure they will be up by the time the servers come back up, and we can go over those too if there's any differences. Yeah. One of the primary goals of the wiki is not only to what's the word I'm looking for? Share valuable information, but to also have fun. And we're going to put a little face at the end. Face confused. And then because we're on a forum, we want to always remember to sign your post by typing 4 tildes at the end of our posts. So we're going to click down here and we're going to type, I don't have that there. I don't have it here either. So we're just going to type them out manually. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so we're going to change this. Fixed post usage. Forgot a letter E. I see one. Oh, to ask one of. Yep, gotcha. And personally welcome the user. And it's no longer a minor edit because we've added our own post. We're going to save the page. Well, I should have probably showed preview first, but we got an RSC chat channel there, and we've welcomed them, you know? Ask one of our active DDO Wiki VIPs or sysops here on Cobalt Workers Talk page, linked above, or on IRC chat channel. We'll take a look at that too. So we are on IRC. I am almost always on sorcery.net in channel DDO Wiki. Occasionally, some people are on freenode.net in # DDO Wiki. There's buttons to start chatting using Mibit, which will give you a generic username, and we're actually going to check out SorceryNet in a moment. There are a couple other channels on SorceryNet that you might like to, check out, and I will be listing them on this page at some point. We actually also have a channel on Risen, but I don't believe anybody's ever in there anymore. And the Freenode channel, the only reason I posted that is because it's where Elliot Cable hangs out, who is one of the founders of DDO Wiki. So there are people there on Freenode. It's the only way to talk to Elliot Cable. You can see that I've got a few time zones here, and my time zone is actually in bold. Where in Eastern Daylight Time, it is 9:28 a.m. here, or thereabouts. There are multiple chat clients for IRC. Where does this one go? That one goes to Freenode. I'm actually going to change that link at some point to use the SorceryNet one because it's more useful. So let's do it. Chat now. Choose a username. The default username is Leroy Jenke and a semi-random number based on the number of articles and editors and the current number of seconds that we're on. So hit connect. And here is IRC. And welcome to IRC channel. I don't think you can see that very well. Let's blow it up. Looks like John Rove is there. And Shu DDO Stream, which is me. I'll blow it up a little bit more. There we go. Now we can read it. So, welcome to the IRC channel for DDOWiki.com. This channel isn't visited often, so please mention someone if you need assistance or find somebody in DDO. See how that's a link? If you click on that, it will actually open a new tab up top here, which will take you to the DDO channel itself. There are a lot of people in here, including DDO's very own Cookie Cobalt, developer Steelstar, developer Vargwheel, community manager Cordovan visits there from time to time. A lot of good people in here. Dagaz you might recognize. Goldie you might recognize from the streams. They visit the streams fairly often. Hello from http://twitch.tv/DDO stream. Check it out live streaming now. And that just posted in IRC, so maybe we'll get a few more watchers out of that. Yeah. Good stuff. So go back to the DDO Wiki channel there for a minute. Tuesday, 8 a.m. Eastern, DDO Wiki Talk with T13 Shoemaker on things like that automatically get linked. Last week's stream was here on YouTube. It's a good place to go if you have, a question that you want answered fairly quickly. Usually within 10 minutes to half an hour, if you go to one of these channels, you will get somebody that can help you. So there's actually not much else to see here on IRC, but in the DDO channel itself, there is a bot called InfoBot, and it has commands. Well, first thing it tells you should do is check out the rules. The rules for DDO are no swearing, caps, repeating, fluttering, or otherwise being annoying, no insulting, no forcing your playstyle, type Nick whatever you want to change your name, relax, enjoy the room, try to get along. Let's see here, what else is there? CSI Stormreach manages the room. He also manages the bot. There are double hash keys like Shoemaker. Usually they're quotes. Vargwheel, you can tab complete. If you start typing a name of somebody in the room and you hit the tab key, it will auto-complete the name for you. Steel Star. Severlin. Canada is to blame. Most certainly. Good stuff. Cordovan. Not defined. Oh my. DDO Wiki. Aw, man. So you can only do so many per minute, so many at a time. Fortunately, what was I trying to do? DDO Wiki. And there's vulgarity is used in the channel sometimes. Jibbo, for example, which, who is Jibbo? He is a big, dumb, balding North American ape with no chin and a short temper. He brings sunshine wherever he goes. He also has another one that, some of us know about called Die, which, what Jibbo says when he can't express his true feelings. Cinemas for hugs, love, and get off my lawn. All kinds of good stuff, And that doesn't help. Of course it doesn't help. But, it is what it is. So, back to streaming. Hoping I know we can pull the die card this early. The buffering is done soon. So we can, just close that tab and we go away. IRC, good. Refresh the page here. Yep, no changes there as expected. Anything here? Nope, nothing there yet. And we're done buffering a little bit, so